Miguel, how do you want to start it off?
Heroes Reborn, dude. Heroes Reborn.
Well, speaking of which, we did tell you we were just going to tell you about the actual news about Heroes Reborn from our last episode because we didn't know what the hell Heroes Reborn was. We did not read the press release, but we got a little bit of knowledge.
No. They didn't have a press release.
No, they did.
They just said, look at these cool new covers from Heroes Reborn, and everybody was looking at each other like, okay, but what is Heroes Reborn? No, don't worry about that. Don't worry. We'll tell you later. Just look at these cool covers.
Luckily, I grabbed one of these free magazines from my local comic book store to make sure that this was something can be shed some light on, right? So from there. But yes, let's talk about Heroes Reborn really quick. Go ahead, Miguel.
Heroes Reborn is something that seems like it's going to be pretty cool. It also seems like it's something that's going to be very convoluted and very, very expensive. So if you're not that interested in what a world without the Avengers would look like, I suggest you can just skip it. But seriously, what Heroes Reborn is.
But that is seriously. Why would you say? But no, seriously. So that means you really love every single thing that they're gonna do.
Oh, absolutely. Now I'm not looking forward to Peter Parker, the Spectacular Shutterbug. All right, that sounds stupid. That's a real title.
Well done.
I'm not making a joke. That's a real title.
Oh well, actually, that's really clever.
Dude,
I love it. That's why I was giving you credit for it. I was like, wow, that was really good because he takes pictures, guys. So, but
no, dude,
wow.
it's a world where Peter Parker never got bit by the spider, and so he just takes pictures of this is a story where this is
because he works at the Daily Bugle, man.
This is okay, but this is a story where it's like, what if Peter Parker was a regular person? Like nobody ever does a what if Clark Kent was just a reporter? You know why? Because it's boring.
There's actually a world there's a universe that he is that way. And I don't know if you know
it's the Marvel universe.
Yeah. So, but he's there. He's there. Freaking Clark Kent is in the Marvel universe. But yeah, fun stuff. But so pretty much the premise of Heroes Reborn, guys. We were just discussing it a little bit too. This is actually happening by the writer Jason Aaron. So he's currently writing Avengers, and he has a whole big plan about a whole bunch of stuff that's happened to the Avengers. One, Mephisto is a part of it, and we were talking about after the big event with the plants peoples, what they were called again, and the Kree and Skrull Empire.
The
so
Kotati.
Empire.
The Kotati.
There it is, the Kotati, right? We had all that going on, and right now he has the Phoenix Force games going on. We still know that Mephisto is playing in the background with the Coulson and the Squadron Supreme. And right now they're saying with Heroes
and Tony Stark's dad. Tony
Stark's dad is somehow, some way, whatever. But Tony Stark's dad has always been pretty shady ever since, what was it? Maybe Dan Slott time? No, not the Dan Slott. No.
I think it was Brian Michael Bendis when
it probably was Bendis, right?
When he brought back Tony's dad, and they made Arno Stark, and Tony was a stand-in for Arno.
Yes.
It was
He's not the true son of the Starks, but I digress. This one is just simple as this. There's a 7-issue run called Heroes Reborn with a whole bunch of tie-ins because Miguel can attest to that after showing us a whole bunch of covers. But with the Heroes Reborn, one of the first 7 issues and all that, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Iron Man never built the Iron Man armor. Thor is literally an atheist and he hates hammers. So why? Right? Wakanda is still a myth. No one found Wakanda. Captain America is still on ice. That's on top of that. And so on and so forth. They go through all the heroes like Peter Parker, as he said, and the Squadron Supreme of America are the premier heroes of Earth, and they're fighting a whole bunch of their people. Mm-hmm.
AKA the Justice League of America, because that's what it's a play off of.
Yes.
They even call them the DC heroes because of course they are the heroes of Washington DC or the DC universe.
It's all fun times, guys. God, excuse me. Wow, you're so like. Do you even love comic books? I'm starting to think.
You know what? I'm starting to think too.
But guys, it's like it comes out. Everybody. It's all fun and games and all that kind of stuff between both of the publishers. But it's exactly what it is. And now we're thinking about it as this is most likely the next step in Jason Aaron's big plan for the Avengers run that he has, which is now Mephisto's coming back into play. Coulson and his plan is coming to fruition, and this is probably what they're doing. They're warping reality with the deal of the devil, and they're going to show us a little bit different scenario, right? Like now, what happens when America controls their superhero team?
It's a what if story, it really is. It's a what if the Avengers never existed, which honestly, it seems like it has potential to be really, really good. There's definitely a lot of good stories that are coming out of it. The Siege Society, aka the Thunderbolts. What else do they have here? Young Squadron, which is a playoff of the Champions, which is gonna have dope redesigns for Nova. Maybe Miles Morales, maybe Young Falcon, and Miss Marvel. Looks really, really dope. They also have Magneto and the Mutant Force, which is how they're going to bring mutants into this whole thing. As I mentioned earlier, Peter Parker, the amazing Shutterbug, because, he's a photographer. Yay. And and also Hyperion and the Imperial Guard. That is a story that I am very, very interested in, because I really, really like Hyperion. And I like Hyperion more than I like Superman. And I don't know why, but I do. I think
he is a sadistic murderer, right?
No. Him and Thor were bros. And I really liked that run. I really did.
So that's where Heroes Reborn goes, guys. I honestly think it might be an easy thing for a lot of people to save some money in their pockets if you don't want to collect all the tie-ins. I'm definitely getting the 1 through 7, the main titles for the event. I'll still be catching all the other stuff, obviously, but I feel like all the other stuff is going to be on hold for a little bit with all the other Marvel titles and everything going on, because especially if this is going to affect everyone. So we'll see what happens.
And that's just the thing, is we don't know if this is going to affect everyone or if this is going to be a summer blockbuster type thing, kind of in the same way that Empire was.
Yes.
Or Captain America, what was it? Secret Empire? So
yes, Secret Empire. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's no way to know what's going to happen, but stay tuned, because as we learn more, we will share that with you guys, because that's what we do.
Word. And that's it for Heroes Reborn, guys. So we're gonna move into America Chavez. Okay, I didn't get a chance to read it right now, but our good friend Miguel over here took care of that for us. So Miguel, what did you think of the issue?
America Chavez was really, really fun. It's a good number one. It's a good first issue. For those of you who don't remember when last we saw America Chavez, it was during Kelly Thompson's West Coast Avengers run, and that's kind of where it picks up here. It kind of picks up with Kelly Thompson's version of the West Coast Avengers. So you have Kate Bishop Hawkeye, and you have America Chavez's girlfriend, whose name I can't remember, and they kind of give you a brief introduction of who America Chavez is and kind of what her skill set or her power set is. They tell you like where she came from and her neighborhood in New York. Something went wrong. She created a portal, which she creates portals in the shape of stars, which is pretty cool. And she meets up with Peter Parker Spider-Man, who just so happens to be, I want to say it's in the Bronx or possibly in Brooklyn. But it's a really, really fun story. It kind of foreshadows something, a larger looming threat. And it's really dope. I'm definitely going to keep my eye on America Chavez. So yeah, definitely
right, cool.
Star for me.
Ha. So yeah, I will be reading it. I do have my issue 1. Hopefully, they have a good run and everything, and a lot of people pick it up. That's one of the good things about it. But I think she did get some type of fandom from the West Coast Avengers, and a lot of people liked her story and loved that she is an ethnic character. So that's one of the big things. So you're saying also when she made a portal, she was actually going between worlds, right?
No, when she made a portal from, I want to say it was California to New York. She felt, for lack of a better, to use a nerd term, she felt a disturbance in the force and felt like she had to go home.
Gotcha. Okay, so right now her origin is still pretty solid. We don't know how she got her powers besides that, right? Okay, so like there's no secret point to that yet, or?
Oh, no. Okay, so for those of you who don't know who America Chavez is, America Chavez was not born of this world. She was not even born of this dimension.
What I'm remembering. Yes.
Yeah. America Chavez is a person or an alien from another dimension, whose planet or whose dimension was dying, and her mom's created a portal and sent her to somewhere else. They didn't know they were sending her to Earth. They definitely didn't know they were sending her to, I'm just going to call it the Bronx because I cannot remember. Please don't roast me. Please don't roast me in the comments. Please.
It's
beg
just
you.
Earth 616. Just keep it simple.
No, but it's more significant than that because the where she was sent to, the exact place she was sent to, is a very tight-knit community of Latino people. Right?
But if she stayed on Cali's side, but Cali's side would be, where would it be in Cali? I'm not sure. Cali isn't. I'm not too sure. But for Puerto Ricans and everything in general, the Bronx is a big name for it. So like,
she was in Cali because that's the headquarters of the West Coast Avengers.
I'm saying so that she was started off in New York and then eventually went to Cali for West Coast, right?
Exactly.
Okay, cool. That's all I was wondering. So there you go. See, I remember her being from a different dimension, so I was like, wait, did they not touch on that again? But awesome. I think that's fun to do. She's pretty much a mixture of Superman, Naomi, and a whole bunch of other things right there going on, guys. You could make comparisons all day, but there you go, guys. America Chavez.
Really cool story. So far.
All right, he recommends it. There you go. One issue, recommended. Go for it.
There you go.
I'm going to be moving into Iron Man, guys. It's a 6-issue run so far. It's ongoing. It's only monthly issue, so it's honestly a very easy read. But right now, I'm really digging it. I'm enjoying how it's looking. They're pulling kind of like another comparison to DC. Batman's current run for the Dark Detective Future State that they just did. Pretty much, this is Iron Man. Pretty much broken a millionaire standards. He's not a trillionaire anymore. He's a millionaire. So he still has the capabilities of building a whole bunch of stuff and all that kind of stuff, but he is a lot more frugal with his money, and he's like living in this loft in New York City that they're all like, wow, you're going so retro, I guess you could say, because it's not as high tech as his other spots and all that fun stuff. And that's like early issues. But then he ends up hooking up with Hellcat, Patsy. So
that is her name, dude.
Yes.
For weeks, and granted, I could have just gone online and looked it up, but for weeks I've been like, what is her name? What is Patsy's like hero name? She's not Black Cat. She's not Dark Cat. I can't remember, but Hellcat, yes. Dude, do you want to get up and let him out? People are looking at him in the camera. They're like, "Oh, poor puppy."
Are they? Well, they're not. Remember, my video camera's just on me.
Oh,
you can see over there. Yeah,
the puppy's fine, guys. The puppy's fine.
They're fine. Yeah, he just wants to go outside. They just saw him on my lap too. Trust me, they saw it all. Ooh, damn, Zeus farted too. Besides that, well, I'm sorry.
Whatever happened with the book that we saw in like issue 1 or 2? Whatever happened to that? Did they ever do anything with that?
I think that book was actually just destroyed. I don't think they did much of anything else. So pretty much it was just like, like right now where they're at is that it was another character, like another deep cut that we could remember. It was Dr. something shit. I actually just forgot the name, but he at one time during like an earlier Avenger story, he actually destroyed all the Avengers. He killed them all. He gained the power cosmic, and he ended up killing everyone. But then he brought them back to kind of gloat, and then that's how they had a second chance of beating him. So right now, what he's doing is using Tony's money to gain enough godlike power over electricity so that he can attack Galactus's ship, so that he can go and get power cosmic again, so he can rewrite the world. Because it's kind of a messiah complex. It's a godlike plan. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this first. And it was actually pretty funny because it was kind of like his ploy to get the money from Tony was, this is renewable energy. I need to do this kind of stuff so I can build the correct stuff and everything. And it was really cool because it was like, I was like, damn, that was dope. It's like he's harnessing electricity to do such and such, but then he used it to power himself up. And he's pretty much an android at this point, right? Because the real one, I think the real one is he downloaded his memory into this guy, into the android. But there's like, they'll explain that in their stuff. But there's what I think the best parts of the story is that the relationship between Tony and Patsy right now is really strong. It's cool to see that Iron Man doesn't have the Stark Unlimited, you know what I mean? Like, we are Iron Man, that kind of scenario. He doesn't have the same type of backup. It's a lot more grounded. It's really cool to see. He even had to bring in the D team to help him along the way right now. Like, there's a mutant named Halcyon that's actually pretty interesting power set, and it's just really weird. He keeps himself calm at all times. That's his power. Like, mutant power. It's interesting.
He can stay calm. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Very interesting stuff. But besides that, guys, it's a really good way to keep yourself entertained with Iron Man in a different way, because now he doesn't have all the toys. He's really just working with one of his retro armors that are still advanced, but once it breaks the first time, he needs to freaking fix it again, or he has no more armor. He doesn't have the same assets,
unlimited supply of armors as he did in the past. I got you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So it's really cool concept. The art is gorgeous, and the storyline is getting to something right now. I don't see the arc lasting another more than 3 issues for this one.
Okay.
For this story set anyway. But right now the run is actually really solid. So I would definitely recommend getting it. Yep.
Awesome. That's 2 recommends, you guys. That's 2 recommends so far, and finally
3.
Wow. So we are not gonna hit 3, but there's a very good reason why we are not gonna hit 3, and that is because of what I'm gonna talk about next, and it is issue number 18 of the magnificent Miss Marvel, written by the same guy who's actually currently writing Miles Morales Spider-Man, Saladin Ahmed. And this dude really, really understands young characters. Like, he gets the vernacular right. He kind of keeps up with catchphrases and how kids would interact with each other. And he really, really understands the duality of being a superhero, being a teenager who's also in school, having to deal with family, having to deal with issues with friendships and stuff like that. It is very, very dope. Not to mention the fact that it plays heavily on the cultural undertones of the titular characters, who in this case is Kamala Khan. The finale was fantastic. The story overall was great. The only sad part about this whole thing is that issue 18 was the finale, and if you want to keep up with what's happening with Miss Marvel going forward, you're gonna have to jump over into the Champions run. But guys, if you have the chance to pick this up in trade, I suggest you pick it up in trade. The story is phenomenal. Like I said, it touches on all the subtle little intricacies of being a kid, being in school. Kamala has family troubles at home with her parents. She also gets to do cool stuff because she's a hero, but that cool stuff comes with consequences. And who pays for those consequences? She does, her family does, her friends do. It's such a compelling story, guys. I cannot recommend it enough, and big things are gonna come for Saladin Ahmed, because Saladin Ahmed is a fantastic writer, and honestly, like, if he stays on this trend of young heroes, sky is the limit, because I definitely want to read more teen heroes from Saladin Ahmed.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I forget what else he's written. I think the name is very familiar. I definitely read a lot of stuff that I've enjoyed from him. So, but that's awesome to hear. That's great to hear, guys. So there you go. Miss Marvel just had a finale. So pretty much you're saying it is a finale for her solo run, but she will still be there for the champions and everything. So it's a to be continued elsewhere compared to no mas. You know what I mean?
Right. No. Right. And guys, don't worry. If you're fans of Miss Marvel, if you're fans of Kamala Khan, like, she's getting a Disney Plus show. So
true.
I'm almost willing to bet good money that she will be getting another solo series very, very soon.